Alright, to attach the Whegs to the motor, we're going to use these couplings and attach those to the axles of the gear motor. We're going to use that small Allen wrench to tighten the set screws that are on each side. Use it alongside of the Allen wrench every once in a while just to gain a little more leverage so you can get them as tight as you can. The couplings might rotate just a little bit on the axles. That's okay as long as you cannot pull them off of the axles. So as tight as you get them, you can still kind of make them move on the axles. So you want to make sure you're as tight as you can. Now if you situate the motor again in this direction, if you remember how we did with the circuit, the dark part of the motor is facing to the right, the screws are facing towards you, and the axles will spin in a in a clockwise direction. If you hold it like that with the couplings attached, now hold one of the Whegs and you'll see the top of the Wheg will align with the coupling and should resemble the letter C. If you have it in that configuration, you can slide both Whegs into the couplings until they're in tight, and then use a pencil or a marker to make a mark through the holes of the couplings onto the PVC. You're going to use those for drilling a hole. You're going to start with an 1/8 inch bit in your drill, and what you want to do is find a couple of blocks of wood that you can stack up and put your Wheg on top of. You don't want to drill through your table. You don't really want to hold on to this and drill without something being underneath it. PVC is pretty soft, it'll drill quickly. Go ahead and reline the holes in the Whegs with the holes in the couplings and use the 3/4 inch machine screws to drive through those holes. If you're using your Phillips head screwdriver, it should be kind of a tight fit, so you're going to have to drive the screws all the way through. They won't slide through without using the screwdriver. Get those all the way down, and then use the nuts that are along with the screws, and go ahead and tighten those up a little bit. Make adjustments to the set screws if you need to as well. They seem to want to loosen up, so you want to tighten those up really well. Once you have the nuts on the screws, go ahead and use just your needle nose pliers to make sure those are in place good and tight. Alright, let's move on to the body.